much as you were at the top of the table over in the Championship with Leicester and Ipswich still occupying those top two automatic spots. But what about the playoffs? Bit of a craziness going on. We're going to take a look at it, all of it, next. Today we're taking a look at match day number 21, of course, in this year's EFL Championship, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button back to all things Rovers related, bloody Championship related, whoa, football related. We're going to all hear boys under one brewski, and of course the race for the playoffs is wide open. Any team from all the way down from I don't even know where we're going. 13th of the table could actually be in the playoffs at the end of this match week, of course, as we enter another one just around the corner. Crazy period. It is festive time. We love it. And of course, we're going to take a look at it, all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And of course, my stay here in the USA for the time being is going to come to a close at the end of these games as we look forward to the next ones. But anyway, let's get into it. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you smash the thumbs up. All that kind of jazz. So, race, no more further ado, and have a little look at how we got on last time around. Then, of course, we've got the Super Brew and all that kind of stuff. So let's take a little look at all that in 1 second. Of course, make sure you subscribe again. Whopping 78% of you are unsubscribed. So here we go. Recap the results right here, right now. Starting here, Coventry, big winners, of course, over Birmingham. 2-0 win. It was the result there. My pick was a 2-1 win. And, of course, Wayne Rooney struggling. Is he going to be next? Or will it be somebody else to be sacked out in the Championship? Meanwhile, Sunderland, 2-1 winners over West Brom. Good result for the caretaker there. Meanwhile, West Brom taking the L on this one. Of course, Rovers against Leeds. One-way result in the end. Leeds coming out on top. Comfortably done. Kicking on forward, we've got Cardiff, 1-0 winners over Millwall. I went with a 2-0 win myself. Ain't too shabby on that one. Middlesbrough lost at home to Ipswich. Big win for them on the road. Of course, I went with a home win on that one. Watford could only draw with Southampton. 2-1 win it was for me. Got that one wrong as well. Huddersfield picked up a draw against Bristol City. Good result against the run of play. Again, I went with the away side here. Leicester City, 4-0 winners. I went with a 3-0 win. Norwich could only muster a draw against Preston. QPR with a 2-0 win over Hull. I went with the 1-0 win. Swansea with a 2-1 win over Rotherham. I went with a 1-1 draw. And Wednesday and Stoke, 1-0 it was for the Owls, of course. Those are my picks. These are, of course, the table as it stands right here, right now. Leicester top with Ipswich just behind them. Still Leeds closest to it, 7 points adrift. Southampton making a push with the Baggies and Sunderland in the top 6. Going down, QPR, Sheffield Wednesday and Rotherham. This is, of course, the link to the Super Brew, which we're going to jump into it just about now. So gear up and have a little look at, of course, the state of play in the Super Brew. So here it is, the round robin for the 8th and the 9th of December. Horn George, 20.5. Big win for him. He'll be a big mover. Of course, I don't know, where am I? I'm up. I'm moving in the right direction. I got myself 11.5 points, of course, beating there. Sexy Hoagie there, beating Macca, beating, who else do we have? Shepherd in there, Love Chops, of course, Raymond Reddington. So I did myself no harm there. What about Philly Pete? Do I see him anywhere? But of course, to look at the top three, showcasing their skills there, 19.5 for Daddy Cool, Russell Frost, 16.5 as well. That's, of course, the state of the play for the previous round. But of course, the current state of play right here, and I see James BFC, top dog, 21.5 points. 21.5? 215 points. That's what, of course. Speak some English, Dirk. Speak some English. For the 77 is in second with 214.5. So it's just 1 point separate the top. Vinny Hong is in third in a table. Stiffle up 2 spots to number 4. The Beast up 2 spots to number 5. Russell's up 4 to number 8. I am... where am I? I am up 1 to number 32. Yeah, it's all progress. Philly Pete's he had the yellow cap one time. He's got the wooden spoon this time. Can we clarify that, please? Can we clarify that? Did he absolutely have a nightmare? He got 2.5. It's the worst official confirmed score. I'm not trying to rub that in, Pete. But that's not good. Yeah, you were a top dog, not too long ago. Anyway, if you do see your name, smash your like, see the subscribe and all that kind of jazz as we look forward to the next round of games, which are upon us. Crazy times here, of course. This is the last game. I won't be doing the watch along, but I'll be watching from the USA. But then the next game after this, guess what? I'm going to be there smelling the grass. That's right. As, of course, we take on Southampton, that's of course to be had. This is of course right now. Focus should be on Bristol City, and we'll get to that game very, very soon. We're going to start though with Sunderland against Leeds United. That's coming at you on Tuesday, December the 12th, coming at you at the Stadium of Light as well. Played each other 17 times since 1996. We've got 6 wins for Sunderland, 10 wins for Leeds. We've got 1 draw, of course. Sunderland, though, under Mike Dodds, 3-0 win, their biggest scoring 16 goals in 17 matches, 0.94 goals a game on average against Leeds, who come into us with a 3-0 win, their biggest over Sunderland, 22 goals scored in 17 games, 1.29 goals a game heading into this. Leeds are unbeaten in the last 6, if not more than that. In fact, they haven't lost in the last 7. They are 92% form for them right now. They are third, 41 points, up against Sunderland, 50% form for them right now, 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. They do sit in 6th spot in the playoffs right here, right now. Last time around, though, at the Stadium of Light, it was a 2-0 win for Leeds. That was back in the Championship, back in August 2017. But the odds here for this one, we have 5-2 is your Sunderland, even Stevens is of course your Leeds, and 30-5 is the draw here. We're backing a 1-1 draw here, point apiece, which of course will keep Sunderland pretty much in the mix for top 6. Here we go, though, the game of the day. Hopefully, Pete should be on this one for the final watch along. He's actually a start of many watch-alongs for Pete. I think 4 at least in a row, in quick succession. But anyway, a bit of a zinger here, of course, over at Ewood Park. Played each other 17 times, these two sides, since 2012. 6 wins apiece and 5 draws coming at you. Rovers, though, 3-1 win, their biggest, scoring 24 goals in 17 matches against Bristol City. 1.41 goals a game on average. The visitors under Liam Manning nowadays, of course, 4-1 win, their biggest, scoring 20 goals in 17 matches. 1.18 goals a game. They're on 50% form at Bristol City. 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. However, just 1 win in 5. They are 14th for the table with 26 points on the board. Up against Rovers, 50% form for them right now. 1-3 and lost 3. However, back-to-back defeats, of course, Wednesday and Leeds United. So can Rovers get a win back at Ewood Park? Last time around, over at Ewood, it was a 3-2 win for Bristol City. You're unbeaten against Rovers over the last 6, picking up 3 wins and 3 draws. The odds, though, for this one, we are looking at Rovers, even Steens for the victory, 5-2 is your Bristol City, and 13-5 is your draw. Was there enough for Rovers this weekend to showcase that we can beat Bristol City? I think so. I'm going to go with a victory, even though we were a little bit dull up top. 2-0 win. Ennis getting closer to starting, maybe even Zigerton as well. And of course, bit by bit, piece by piece, we are slowly getting players back. But of course, we do need to get some more wins at Ewood. Meanwhile, Watford against Ipswich Town coming at you at Vicarage Road. Now, these two sides have played each other 29 times since 1995. We've got 15 wins for Watford, 10 wins for Ipswich, and 4 draws, of course. Ipswich, 4-1 win, the biggest, scoring 38 goals in 29 matches, 1.31 goals a game on average against Watford, who come into this with a 3-0 win. Their highest, of course, 43 goals scored in 29 games at 1.48 goals a game on average. 67% form for Watford right now, just 1 defeat past 6. They are 10th with 28 points up against Ipswich, who are second. 75% form for them right now, just 1 defeat at the past 6. Both sides pretty good recent form. However, last time around, over at Vicarage Road, it was a 1-0 win for Ipswich, who did the double over Watford last time around back in the 2014-2015 season. That was, of course, at Vicarage Road back in March 2015. The odds, though, for this one, we have Watford 15-8 for the victory, 12-5 is the draw, 11-8 is, of course, your visitors. Ipswich, who are favoured here to win this game. Not for me, though. Going to go with a 2-1 win for Watford at home. Again, I know I'm waiting. Still waiting for the bubble to burst. It will burst. I'm telling you now. Of course, Watford will get... it might not be Ipswich to have the bubble burst. It might be somebody, another club, a Crystal Palace, or a team struggling, might go, you know what, Kieran McKenna, come do a job for us. And then, of course, whoever comes in for Ipswich... they will get not as good fortune as, of course, McKenna did in the previous. So it will happen, whether it is by design or by craft. We'll see about that. Anyway, kicking off forward, we do have Huddersfield Town against Preston North End coming at you at the John Smith McAlpine Kirklees Stadium. Played to the 19 times since the year 2000. 5 wins for Huddersfield, 10 wins for the Nobbers, and 4 draws, of course. Huddersfield, 3-1 win, their biggest, scoring 18 goals in 19 games, 0.95 goals a game. They're on 50% form, are Huddersfield right now, 21 points on the board, 21st in the table. Of course, just 1 defeat, about 6. Up against Preston, their biggest win over Huddersfield, 4-1 win. They got 29 goals in 19 games, 1.53 goals a game heading into today. Of course, the Nobbers are in 9th with 29 points on the board, 42% form for them, without a win in 4 now. Is Ryan Lowe, of course, in trouble? Well, right now, I think they're doing okay, but of course, they need to get more wins if they're going to keep their dream alive as well. Last time around, over at the John Smith Stadium, it was a 1-0 win for Preston, who are back in October 2022. Of course, the odds, though, for this one, we have Huddersfield 13-8 for the victory, 17-10 is your Preston, 9-4 is the draw here. I'm backing at least the host to get something, and I'm going to go with the 1-0 win to give them a win, and of course, Nobbers to take another struggling performance towards that back end of the calendar year. Meanwhile, Rotherham against West Bromwich Albion, of course, Liam Richardson edging closer to being confirmed the manager, if not already. Played each other 10 times since 2001, 3 wins for Rotherham, 5 wins for West Brom, and 2 draws. The biggest win for the hosts, of course, the Millers, 3-1 win. Scored scored 12 goals in 10 matches, 1.20 goals a game. Up against the Baggies, of course, 4-0 win, their biggest, scoring 20 goals in 10 games. That's 2 goals a game on average. 50% form now for the Baggies, back-to-back defeats for them, just 3 wins and 3 defeats over the last 6. They are 5th with 32 points on the board. Up against Rotherham, who are 24th right now, 13th, 13 points right now, without a win in the last 8. Last round over at the New York Stadium was a 3-1 win for Rotherham back in April 2023. The odds over here for this one, 4-1 is your Rotherham, of course, 14-5 is the draw, 6-4 on is your Baggies. I don't think a new manager will give them the bounce here. I think West Brom will bounce back, 2-0 win. They'll have too much class. And of course, Rotherham, and even under Richardson, I don't think it's going to be a good enough appointment to save them. Meanwhile, Stoke against Swansea. This could be it for Michael, or what's his name? Alex Neil. Of course, still a lot under pressure for him right now. I think one of a couple of managers really in the spotlight. Up against Swansea, who are still trying to appoint their next manager. Played each other 24 times, these two sides, 2011. We've got 13 wins for Stoke, 7 wins for Swansea, and 4 draws. Biggest win for Stoke. 3-0 win. They got 38 goals in 24 matches, 1.58 goals a game. Swansea, though, 42% form. We'll get to that in a minute. 2-0 win their biggest, scoring 30 goals in 24 matches, 1.25 goals a game heading into this. They are on 42% form, are Swansea, just 1 defeat past 4 for them. They are 60th at the table with 24 points on the board. Up against Stoke, who are 20th with 21 points on the board right now, 4 defeats in the spin, haven't won in the last 6 games, but last time around at the Bet365, it was a 1-1 draw back in August 2022. Stoke are unbeaten against Swansea over the last 4, pick up 3 wins and just 1 draw. The odds are for this one, 21-20 is your host here, 12-5 is the draw, 5-2 is your away win. I'm giving it to Stoke here, 2-1 win against a manager of Swansea. This could be, of course, a start of a bit of a revival for Neil, who did spend big. A lot of incomings, but they've not really gelled just yet. Cardiff against Birmingham into Wednesday's games, of course, December the 13th. Played each other 25 times since the year 2006. 12 wins for Cardiff, 4 for Birmingham, and 9 draws. Biggest win for Cardiff, 4-0 win. They got 37 goals in 25 matches, 1.48 goals a game on average. Birmingham under Rooney, 1-0 win, their biggest, scoring 21 goals in 25 games, 0.84 goals a game. They're on 33% form, are Birmingham right now, just 1 win in 6. They are 17th with 23 points on the board. Up against Cardiff, who are 7th, 30 points on the board, just 2 wins over the last 6 games, 42% form for them. Of course, their real form is starting to show here, and I just fear that Cardiff will eventually slump to mid-table. With Birmingham, I'm not really sure which way they are going at the moment. Last time around, though, in Wales, it was a 1-0 win for Cardiff back in August 2022. Cardiff are unbeaten against Birmingham over the last 6, 4 wins and a couple of draws, of course. 20-17 on is your Cardiff, 13-5 is the draw, 3-1 is your away win. Gonna go with Cardiff here to make that run continue. 2-1 win for them over the Brummies. Kicking on forward, it's Coventry, it's Southampton. It's at the Rico, that's right, Wednesday, December the 13th. Played each other 28 times since 1993, 6 wins for Coventry, 10 wins for Southampton, 12 draws, of course. Biggest win for the hosts, 4-1 win. They got 28 goals in 28 matches. You could do the math on that one. Meanwhile, Southampton, 4-0 win, their biggest, scoring 36 goals in 28 games, 1.29 goals a game on average. Of course, Russell Martin's boys, 83% form for them right now, unbeaten in at least the last 6 games. They are 4th in the table with 38 points on the board. Up against Coventry, who had a bit of form right now, 15th at the table with 25 points on the board. Of course, 58% form, just 1 defeat in the last 5 for them. 3 wins in the last 4 as well, pretty good form right now. Coming at you though, last round at the Rico, it was a 2-1 win for Southampton. That was back in January 2012. That was in the FA Cup. Last time they played though in the league was back in October 2008. Actually, scrap, that was in November 2011. It was a 4-2 win for the Saints. Goodness gracious me, that was in the Championship as well. The odds though here, 70-10 is your Coventry, 6-4 is your Southampton, 12-5 is your draw. I'm going with a bubble burster, coupon smasher here, 2-1 win. Coventry looking good at the moment, grinding out some results. Might not be pretty, but they're getting some points at the right time. Borough against Hull City coming at you as well. One of the, I think it's the later kickoff on the 13th. Played each other 25 times, these two sides, since 2007. 7 wins for nobody. 12 wins for Borough, 9 wins for Hull, and 4 draws. Biggest win for the Borough, 3-1 win. They got 40 goals in 25 games, 1.60 goals a game on average. Hull, though, 3-0 win, their biggest, scoring 35 goals in 25 games, 1.40 goals a game on average. Hull on back-to-back defeats for them right now, 42% form for them. They are 8th with 30 points on the board. Up against 12th place Middlesbrough, 27 points right now, 42% form for them right now, just 1 win in 4. 3 defeats at the last 4. Not great form for Carrick's boys. Last time around, though, over at Riverside, it was a 3-1 win for Middlesbrough, who did the double over Hull last season. Back-to-back 3-1 wins for them. Heading into this one, though. The odds here, 5-4 on is your Borough, 11-4 is your draw, 60-5 is, of course, your Hull City. We're backing a 3-1 win for Middlesbrough here. They should do it again for the 3rd time in a row at the Riverside. And Leicester City up against Millwall coming at you at the King Power. These two sides have played each other 22 times since 1993. We've got 10 wins for Leicester, 8 wins for Millwall, 4 draws, of course. The biggest win for Leicester, 4-0 win. They got 32 goals in 22 matches, 1.45 goals a game heading into this. So Millwall, though, 3-0 win. Their biggest scoring 23 goals in 22 games, 1.05 goals a game. Millwall, though, 1 win in 6 for them at the moment. They are 25% form. They are 19th in the table with 21 points. Up against top of the table, Leicester, 58% form for them right now. Unbeaten in the last 4, of course, 49 points at the moment. Last round, though, over at the King Power, it was a 3-0 win for Leicester back in November 2013. That was in the Championship, of course. They have played each other a couple of times in the FA Cup, or actually in the Cups, both of them at the Den. Millwall did win one of them, but of course that was when they hosted them. 11-4 on is your Leicester, 50-4 is Jordan, 8-1 is your long shots. Got to go with Leicester here. 3-0 win. Can't see anything stopping them at the moment. Meanwhile, Norwich up against Sheffield Wednesday, of course, coming at you over at Carrow Road. Now, these two sides have played each other 28 times in 1983. We've got 9 wins for Norwich, 11 wins for Wednesday, and we've got 9 draws, of course. Biggest win for the Canaries, 5-0 win. They got 42 goals in 28 games and 1.50 goals a game. Wednesday, though, with 5-1 win, their biggest, scoring 40 goals in 28 matches, 1.43 goals a game heading into this. Wednesday, though, unbeaten in the last 3, back-to-back wins for them. Of course, they're starting clicking into a bit of form under Danny Roll. 23rd in the table, 13 points on the board. Up against Wagner, have also turned a bit of form right now, just 1 defeat at the past 5 for them, 58% form for them. They are 13th with 27 points on the board. Last time around, though, over at Carrow Road, it was a 2-1 win for Norwich back in December 2020. Norwich are unbeaten against Wednesday over the last 4, 3 wins and just 1 draw. The odds, though, 11-10 on is, of course, your Norwich, 13-5 is the draw, 14-5 is your away win. As much as Wednesday have been good, result against Rovers, results against Stoke here, I do think they're going to lose here against a back-to-form or a very, very awkward Norwich City at Carrow Road. If the game was at Hillsborough, I'm sure the game would have been flip-flopped around the other way. Meanwhile, QPR also hitting a bit of form up against Plymouth now, who are wobbling a little bit, coming at you at Loftus Road. Played each other 17 times since 2003. 4 wins for QPR, 6 for Plymouth, 7 draws, of course. Biggest win for the hosts for a 3-0 win. They got 20 goals in 17 games, 1.18 goals a game. Plymouth, though, biggest win for them, 2-0 win. They got 22 goals, though, 17 games, 1.29 goals a game. Plymouth are on 42% form right now, winning twice at the last 6. They are 18th with 22 points on the board. Up against QPR, 67% form for them. 3 wins on the spin right now for QPR, 22nd in the table with 19 points on the board right now. Within striking distance, getting out of the drop zone. Last time around, though, over at Loftus Road in competitive action was a 2-0 for QPR back in March 2010. The odds over here, we have 21-10 is your QPR, 11-4 is your draw, 23-10 is your Plymouth Argyle here. We're going with QPR making 4 wins on the bounce for them, looking A-OK with a 2-0. That's a link to the Super Brew. That's, of course, my final picks right here, right now. And, of course, this is what the table will look like at the end of it. Leicester City, Ipswich still as you were. 6 points of difference now, though, between themselves and Leeds. Going down, Millwall, Wednesday and Rotherham. Goodness gracious me, it's all going crazy at the bottom of the table there. More drama at the bottom than there is at the top. That's, of course, my picks. Don't forget to put your own picks in as well. We look forward to seeing those. And, of course, we'll come back again for the next games. Now, the next ones might be a little bit weird because I still will technically be in the US, but it'll be split. The game, I will be making the video after Tuesday's games, of course. So you'll all be revealed later on in the week. But until then, guys, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell. Of course, I'll catch you later for the next one.